Well, hello again, and welcome to another bonus episode of the Hyperion Adventures podcast from Anaheim, from D23. It's day 3. It's the last day. We're exhausted, but it's been great, right, Michelle?
That's right. It's been an amazing experience. So glad that we got to do this, and glad we got to share some with everybody here, and looking forward to doing a little bit more detail on our next update.
Right. So, yeah, we're going to do a quick recap of what happened today, but we are going to be more extensively talking about everything on next week's full regular show, not a bonus episode. But man, what a day 3. It was pretty incredible. I call it a day of people that inspire us. I don't know what you thought about today, but started off right up early. We had a reservation for a panel that's called Huz Drawn to Life, all about Ron Husband, who was a Disney animator that was been doing things for many, many years, has done phenomenal things within the company. It was a whole panel of Black animators, Black filmmakers. It was Floyd Norman was there. Several other people. I had the list, but unfortunately I don't have it with me, so I apologize. We will have it in our bear event. But man, all those people that were on the stage, including Don Hahn, who was the producer of the film Huz Drawn to Life, is available for you on Disney Plus. You can check it out, and we can't wait to do it because this is a great panel. All inspiring people, and we were thrilled to be at that panel.
Yeah, I mean, it's a documentary that I've been anxious to see. I know that if you lived in Southern California, it was played on PBS for a while, and a couple other opportunities came up. So it's great that now everybody can watch it. It's all over the world on Disney Plus, and I highly recommend it. Just from what we heard in the panel, and I'm looking forward to hearing more detail once we see it.
Can't wait. And they're so inspiring. And they even talked about trying to be inspiring people and inspiring communities and inspiring young artists, young animators. It was great. Love that panel. Then we had to do a little shopping done. We got a little bit of that done. That was a little bit of a kind of precarious, but we got that handled. Michelle got something. When we got over to the Honda Center for a ton of inspiring people. Yes, it was the Legends induction ceremony. And man, what a show it was. And you know, when it's Lin-Manuel Miranda off the bat, that I was a mess from moment one of that show, Michelle.
It was really a very well put together show, and Ryan Seacrest hosted it. It was streamed, so you could see that as well. Or if you didn't get to see it, you can still watch it. And so it was very lively, very entertaining. They had a lot of great talented people coming on to help with the celebration of all these wonderful new Disney legends, and so I thought they put on an amazing show there.
Yeah, an incredible group of Disney legends, and I think we've talked about this in the past, how this was a group that especially resonated with us. Not that they don't all do. All the Disney legends are amazing, but this one with Lin-Manuel Miranda, with Susan Egan, who we've seen her for many shows. We call her Michelle, her bestie, in tongue in cheek, but it's fun. And Eric Goldberg and The Rock, and I mean, just the list goes on and on. Kim Irvine. Yeah. By the way, I don't know if you caught this if you watched the ceremony, but Lin-Manuel Miranda may have had the longest standing ovation when he was officially named the Disney legend. But right there was Eric Goldberg, and that Eric Goldberg might have been longer. And I was so impressed with that because, man, what a deserving person to have such a long and fantastic standing ovation.
Yeah, it was great that you could just see the pride he had, the humbleness he had, and it was just beautiful to watch.
Yeah. So many, Anne Hathaway. I mean, there were so many great people as you went through this. Of course, Bob Iger, and the list of A-list actors that showed up to basically induct these people in as Disney legends was pretty incredible. The likes of Orlando Bloom, Emily Blunt, Harrison Ford, Robert Downey Jr., Diane Sawyer, Al Michaels. It was outstanding and just an incredible list and group and musical performances. And it was just a great show and worthy worthy of such a phenomenal group of Disney legends.
Yeah, and of course the Jonas Brothers and all
Yes.
the music and the talent that came and honored them as well. It was a great show. If you haven't seen it, you can watch it on Disney Plus. We actually got to participate. We were in the section that got to hold up little
Yeah.
signs and stuff like that. So we're anxious to see what that looked like because
Yeah.
we could only see it from our perspective with little openings.
Right. And that was for Chris Berman, who was another one that I forgot. And that is another one that I have ties to, because when I was in sports radio, I would talk with Chris Berman on the phone from time to time. And he was just such an always a generous and engaging person, even off the air. Yes, on the air, amazing personality, but off the air. So I was really, really thrilled with him getting in. And he was just the same way on the show. So it was amazing. We'll talk more about it coming up on our next when we get about this whole week. And then we had to beeline it back from the Honda Center back to the Anaheim Convention Center because we wanted to try and get into another amazing Disney Legends show, Alan Menken, A Whole New World with Alan Menken. And man, again, we used to do a show very similar to this. It's a little bit different, but very similar to this back in D23 in 2017. But again, phenomenal, crazy, amazingly good, Michelle.
Yeah, it really was very touching. And, he kind of goes through some of his history with the Disney company and the projects he's worked
With music
on.
in general.
Right. And yeah, he goes right from his journey. And, it's just really touching to hear all of his stories, but it's also just phenomenal. Each, song he plays from a different film, it's like, wow, he's just been doing everything.
Yep. Films, television shows, of course, Broadway, which is where he kind of got his start with Howard Ashman, and all the different lyricists he's teamed up with that are incredible. And his stories are phenomenal. And the songs, it is the playlist of our lives, especially as Disney fans. It's just one after another. It was 2 hours of show with a little 5-10 minute intermission, which Jody Benson and Nina West just came out and did a little trivia with us. So, that's what happens at D23. It was an incredible, incredible experience. Another inspiring person. Phenomenal, great. What a show, and what a way to wrap up amazing weekend of D23, the Ultimate Disney Fan Event.
Yeah, I mean, we could talk about this for hours, but we won't. But yeah, it was a really, talk about your kiss goodnight. That's kind of what it felt like for us, is to go through having that show at the end of our journey of this weekend. And it was really special.
Yeah, it was a special weekend all in all. We've already talked about it. Like, man, we got to figure it out. We were trying to decide between whether we were going to go to the Olympics in 2028 in LA, or do we want to come back here, because it's probably going to be doing D23 in 2028 in Anaheim. And I think hands down, we decided, we love the Olympics, but we can watch that on TV. Let's do D23. So that's probably where we've committed to again. So great, wonderful weekend. Thanks to everybody who helped put it on, especially thanks to the volunteers because there's so many volunteers who have to work so hard. It is not an easy job. Some of us, as much as we Disney fans kind of know our stuff, we could be a bit tedious as well. So thank you to everybody who took part in it. Thanks to everybody who planned it. Thanks to all the amazing guests, musical acts, everything on the show floor. Thank you so much. It was another great D23.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So that's it. This was a short one. We're tired, we're worn out, and we got to get some packing done because we have a very early flight in the morning, but we wanted to give you a little recap of what we did today. Again, more to come next week. Thanks for following along with us. Please, please, please follow us on social media if you're new to us. Also, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel because we have lots of videos there as well. All right, closing it out from Anaheim, from D23. Thanks for following along, and we'll be talking to you later. Bye, everybody.